Hey guys, and welcome back to STL TV. Now joining me in the studio is rapper slash philanthropist Thi'sl. How you doing?
How you doing? Happy to be here.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah, very excited.
Hey, you got a lot of stuff going on. But first of all, for the people who have maybe never heard of Thi'sl or any of the things that you do here in the community, can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
A rapper. I do music, of course. But one of the other things that I do a lot of in the city, I grew up in St. Louis City. I grew up on the west side of St. Louis. I grew up in the streets, gangs, drugs, all of that. And growing up, single parent home, father gone, mother having issues that she worked through, but doing everything that she could for us. I was always involved in that lifestyle. And then probably when I was like 18, well, I was probably like 21, I met a group of people came to my neighborhood, and they were from a church up the block, and they shared with me just faith in Jesus Christ. And after that, my whole life was rocked, and I started looking at life a whole different way. And since then, I've been really active and hands-on in the community. We're going back into juvenile centers, talking to kids that are in the same situations that I'm in, going into foster care situations, talking to kids that were just like I were, or just like I was. And just since then, just being involved in the community, whether it's in the neighborhood, on the blocks, or whatever. And recently, we started a program called Rebuild STL.
Tell us about that. What does that mean? How did it start, and who's involved?
It started from a burden that I have for the city, just looking around and seeing, and this is not a knock against anything other people are doing, but coming from a situation, I have a certain insight on what it takes to make stuff work for people like that, because I was that person. I know what it took for me to work, and I see a lot of situations, a lot of programs going on, and I still go to my neighborhood any given day, and there's people getting killed, people going to jail. We look at the murder rate in St. Louis. St. Louis was just ranked like last year one of the most dangerous places to live in America. And I look around, and all of that stuff burdens my heart. So from that burden, I felt the need to just really, really push harder to get involved in the city, in the community. And when you have something that's desolate and tore down, the only thing left to do is rebuild it. So that's where it came from, Rebuild STL. Me and a few of my friends have been just working it like on the ground level. Through music, I've been blessed with the opportunity to have a large, decent-sized platform nationally where people know what I do. So a while back, I did a song, put it up for free download, and my thousands of Facebook friends, Twitter followers, they hit me up, they sent money, and we just been taking that money, putting it back into the community. We've helped pay light bills. We went and did some stuff at Hopeville, helped them clean up all the trash because they didn't have adequate trash. We got the trash cleaned up. All kind of stuff, light bills, food, clothes. Like, we just been really pouring into the community the money that's been given to us. So Rebuild STL, and we just started a mentoring program that's going to be called The Movement, where I just talked to a couple of different juvenile facilities, and one of them definitely is all in for allowing me to come in a couple schools too, and just have a hands-on mentoring type program to be involved with the kids. So we just want to help rebuild the city. That's all.
That's awesome. Now, you said like it takes a certain thing to help somebody who was somebody like you. What is that thing that's missing in these other programs that you think?
Man, relational. Like most programs look at people like a number. They look at it like a statistic as well. When you see the crime, it says we have so-and-so murders, we have it. Like, people start being looked at like statistics. But when you, even with, and this is not a knock at the church because I'm a Christian, I believe in the church, but even when you look at the church, most times the church is in the neighborhood, but the people that attend the church are not from the neighborhood. So there's no relation. Like, there's no relationship to where when I leave out the church, I drive down the block, and I say, hey, there goes so-and-so. It's just, oh, there go the dudes on the corner that I'm driving past. So with most programs, it's the same thing. It's a number system. It's we have to get these many people in to keep our grant money. We have to get these many people help to get this. So it's not a relation. And with us, that's why we want to try to make all of our funding mostly be from private parties, because we don't want to have to do numbers. We want to take a whole year working with one person if we have to. If we have to invest in the one person life and just help that one person a whole year, that's what we want to do. But the relationship building in one person's life can change a whole community.
That's
and
awesome.
I see that with my own.
That's awesome. You guys don't go anywhere. We got a lot more to talk about with Thi'sl, his music, other things that he's doing in the community, a free download that you can get today, and his album drops on the 26th. So we'll be right back. And remember to keep up with all of STL TV and everything that's going on in the Lou. You can friend us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget, you can catch us streaming live at stltv.net. We'll be right back. Hey guys, and welcome back to STL TV Live. I'm Christia Parker, and I'm here in the studio. I've been talking with Thi'sl. He's a local rapper and philanthropist, but he has a national platform, and he's been here talking to us about Rebuild STL. Now tell us, if somebody wants to get involved with Rebuild STL, how can they do that?
We have a blog site up, rebuildstl.blogspot.com,
Okay.
or they can hit me up at 314-329-7387. That's 314-329-7387. Either one of those, or on Twitter at Rebuild STL. Either one of those three ways.
That's what's up. That's what's up. It's, and also, let's talk about your music a little bit. You have a new project out.
Yes.
Called Beautiful Monster.
Yes.
Tell us, how did you come up with that name?
Being a Christian, looking at life through Christian perspective, the title Beautiful Monster it's like a dual purpose. When I look at certain things in life, a lot of things just even in life in general, that we think are so good for us, they end up being monsters. Like even when you look at money, like for what we were just saying, any person you see any day will say, money is the root of all evil, which we know is not true. Like the Bible says, for the love of money is the root of all evil, the greed that's attached to it, that people pursue it by any means. But when you look at money, you could take money to do stuff like I just said. You could take money and rebuild STL. You could take money and build an orphanage. You could take money and feed the homeless. You could take money and do all this good stuff, but at the same time, I could take money and do some of the worst stuff in the world with it. So it's a beautiful monster. So that's where the title came from, just different stuff like that I looked at in life and like, man, this is so good for you, but it's so bad. It's so good for you, but it's so bad. So that's where the title came from, and the album is just it's a melody of different type of music that I like. Being a rapper, I listen to different kind of music, so we tried to just mesh a lot of it together and came up with something that I think I'm pretty proud of.
That's what's up. And when does the album come out?
July 26th.
Okay.
July 26th, it'll be in stores. It'll be online, of course, iTunes, Amazon, all the online stores, but it'll be in stores too. In St. Louis, it'll be in stores around the country as well.
And you do have a national platform. Tell us where you've been with your rap career.
Man, especially, I'm always shocked by this because for a kid that, like, I grew up in an environment where most people don't succeed in most people's eyes. Like, but in general, like a lot of people I know literally are dead or in jail, like, or they are still in the neighborhood and never left out of this 4-block square. But to come from that environment and have people tell me that I never do nothing, never be nothing, and all these type of things, and now just traveling around the world, man, United States, there isn't nowhere that I haven't been in the United States over the past 4 years. But last year, I did London, I did Australia. I'm actually going back to Australia this year for another tour. My booking people just hit me up. Some people from Africa just called about getting me out there. So I'll be going on a tour in Africa at the beginning of the year. So I done been a little bit of everywhere around this world.
That's great. Now you have a single out, or you have a free download out.
Yes.
Tell us what it's called and where we can get it.
The song is called My Radio on Drugs, which is a crazy title, but it's a good title. It's called My Radio on Drugs because most hip hop that I heard, I love hip hop music, but most of the hip hop music that I heard is about drugs. It's about, and the sad part about it is you have the rappers that are doing it, most of them never even been in that environment. So you have dudes that see this as popular and say, man, if I talk about this, people will buy it, and they're going to make these songs to talk about drugs and talk about this and talk about killing people. And then you have the kids on the flip side who are so influenced by the rappers that they gravitate to it without even knowing that this dude that you listening to, he's never done none of the stuff that he's saying. So the song My Radio on Drugs, it just highlights that everything that I hear on the radio is about drugs, and these kids are being influenced by people that don't even do it. So you can download it for free. If you hit me up on Twitter, it's at Thi'sl.
Twitter. We need your Twitter.
At Thi'sl, Thi'sl, at Thi'sl. You hit me up on there, or hit me up on my Facebook, which is I Am Thi'sl. Yep, Facebook, I Am Thi'sl. Hit me up on either one of those, and you'll be pointed to how to get it. It's actually on the Facebook page where you can download it. But if you have a problem with it, just post some and we'll get it. We'll put a link up on there.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for being with us again. When does that album drop again?
July 26th. So you can get it. It should be at like Vintage Vinyl, FYE in St. Louis. We're working on Walmart right now. That's the CD cover. We're working on Walmart with my distribution company. And you see me in the street, I have it on me. You can get it on iTunes. So
that's great. All right, well, thank you so much for being with us today. You guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Remember to keep up with STL TV and all the great events going on around St. Louis. You can friend us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can always catch us streaming live at stltv.net. If you want to really experience St. Louis, you have to watch. STL TV will be back in just a minute.